There is a list of rules and regulations for racing that is, well, as long as Conor's arm.
But if it was up to us, and my left arm was even longer, what would we add to the laws of pro competition?
Yeah, now both of us have spent over a decade racing, so from our own experiences, how can we change cycle racing for the better? I'm not sure both of us are well placed for this.
But if we were in charge, this is our hot take. Cycling's rules and regulations are set out by the UCI, or the Union Cycliste Internationale, and have been amended, adapted as the sport of cycling has progressed over the years.
Yeah, now every year new rules get introduced to keep cycling on track, or keep the racing nice and fair, I guess. But if it was up to us, well, we would just ban motorbikes. And then, well, there's no issue with drafting, there's no issue with stock motorbikes, and potentially we could solve the problem.
Okay, banning motorbikes might be a little bit strong, despite the fact that many of us agree that it does impact racing at times. But they do play an important role in us watching the action. They allow cameramen to film the racing. They also ferry commissaires around at times, plus they carry spares like wheels for any mechanical incidents that may happen over the course of a race.
How do you lose all your energy, Hank? Well, I had to pump 8 punches up.
It's hard, isn't it, to strike the balance. If we took motorbikes out completely, say, you would lose that sense of action with cameras on the ground. But then again, if we were commissaires, what you could do is be really clever about it and regulate the use of them.
Yeah, and solutions have been touted. Blazers is one, which means that motorbikes have to keep their distance between the races and the action. Plus, drones, they're looking like an increasingly viable option to film at least some of the serious racing action when the crunch time hits.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't think motorbike pilots are going to be particularly happy with us.
Sorry, guys.
Next up, ban TT bikes, and I totally know what I'm saying there. It's going to prove controversial in the comment section down below, and I know I'm saying it in full knowledge that Dr. Oliver Bridgewood is not in the same country as me right now.
Yeah, he can't talk right now.
Well, that fell to bits after 200 kilometres.
TT bikes are amazing bits of tech, allowing us to reach insane speeds on the bike. The problem is, well, in our case, is they're a halfway house. TTs were meant to be the race of truth, not the race of tech.
Our solution, either ban them completely, so you have to ride a TT on your road bike, your usual setup that you'd normally complete a mass start race, or allow an anything goes approach, I think. So you can ride on a recumbent, you can just have crazy, insane tech. Basically, you can just go as fast as humanly possible without any sort of regulation. I think it's one or the other, not the one in the middle.
So you're saying it would basically be a Mario Kart race?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. But I'm sure many of you would disagree in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts on this one. I think it might prove decisive. Hopefully, I'm not the only one who thinks this.
Next up, if we were in charge, we would ban sprint stages. Long sprint stages in Grand Tours, you know what I mean. Anyway, over on GCN Plus, you're able to watch the entirety of most stages of the Grand Tours and many other races, which is great for the spectators, which is great for us cycling fans. But it does give us an opportunity to mix things up.
Yeah, I think the outcome of a race, when it is a long flat sprint, it doesn't really change depending on the length of that stage or race. So what we do, make it super short, hour-long max. You can see the action from the start to the finish, and it would just be a celebration of adrenaline-fueled sprint festivals. Imagine watching that in a Grand Tour.
And it would also give more of an opportunity to the breakaways.
Well, there you go as well. We'll mix things up, and we'd be glued to our screens from start to finish.
Yeah, what do you think? Would you like us to ban sprint stages? Long ones? Now, I think the pros are going to absolutely hate us for this one, and it's been the source of much debate over the years. We would ban race radios. Yep, stopping the communication between team cars and athletes. Now, the argument is that it's created rider safety because the riders understand what's coming up and the dangers up ahead. But it does also create some issues.
Yeah, and some of those could be said that radios mean that the peloton is more nervous because everyone's getting told they need to be at the front at one specific time, and it creates stress, which could be said causes some of the crashes which we see on our TV screens. Plus, I think if you did ban radios, it would create a different dynamic in terms of racing style because riders wouldn't quite know what's going on as much. They wouldn't have that information from the team car. So I think that'd be quite exciting to see how riders in the race had to make the decisions for themselves.
I agree. I think it would make more exciting racing. Next up, we would ban time limits in pro races. Yeah, now I think this is a far-fetched idea, but hear me out. Now I know they're in for a reason because it's allowing people to, or riders not to take it too easy during the stages. And I guess it means that the riders don't get spread in long distances throughout the route and it keeps it nice and together.
Yeah, but we would still ban time limits in the sport's biggest races. Yeah. I think sprinters and larger riders like myself have a hard enough time getting through those hilly stages. So leave them off, let them have an easier ride. And I think that would allow more interaction with fans too, allow more time, less stress for riders. Plus, when those mountainous stages were over, it would be much more aggressive racing when you did hit those flatter, less lumpy stages. And you see more moments like the one that Benoit Cosnefroy shared with his fans at this year's Tour de France.
I'm here for that. This is going to be a big
Bit
one.
of a bold one.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
We would ban races.
Yeah, ban races. Not like that though.
Yeah, not like that. Anyway, we would ban races that are around some of the biggest races in the world. And this means that all eyes are on those epic races with the whole cycling community looking and watching them.
Yeah, I think races like Grand Tours, Monuments, Milan-San Remo, Paris-Roubaix, Tour of Flanders, they need to be kind of like sacrosanct in the calendar. So they're the only things on. When a Grand Tour's on, that's all you're focusing on. When a Monument's on, that's it as well. And you have at least a week before there where you can kind of build that buzz and hype towards the race. And I think that would create more focus in the pro racing calendar.
It would be like a World Cup.
A little bit. I know it'd be a bit of a... I don't think it would happen, to be honest, because it would be hard to then stop some races happening as well. But I can see the benefits in it.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments what you think of that point. Some of the others we raised in this video.
No,
Do you agree?
I've got an idea for an Ed board.
Oh, yeah. That would be perfect.
You fall into that.
But yeah, guys,
That's it for our video. If you think that we should be the new UCI commissars, let us know.
You could have still said that.
If you think that Conor and I should be enlisting in a role at the UCI, then let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and we'll see you in the next video.